Hey guys, it's Chris, KD9YSW from Chris Radio Life. I got back yesterday from my trip and it was a little bit long and a little bit, it took a lot of gumption to get back in that town. Um, Long week. Learning a lot on the union side of things about contracts, grievances, and other things. And then I was playing around and trying to learn how to send wind links off my phone with a Baofeng and do it during sort of packet radio. Yes, I'm enjoying a beverage at this hour. So I learned a few things. A couple things that I will have to play with and everything else to test it out. I'm going to have to drive up to Manitowoc to do, unfortunately. Um, just because I don't have a packet repeater for WinLink right now. Around me, the actual closest one is in Manitowoc, and the second closest one is in Cedarburg or Cedar Grove or something down by Ozaki. So I'm going to either drive down that way or I'm going to drive up to Manitowoc to see what the heck's going on. I bought an AIOC board from Temporarily Offline, and it works great for programming. Don't get me wrong, I used it to program my Baofeng, but I don't know if it'll work as of yet for packet radio or sending wind links off my phone. A lot of times, I'm actually thinking about setting up just a laundry list, so to speak, of WinLink receptive radio or packet radio for WinLink repeaters, digipeaters, I should say, and just setting it up so I have one of my Baofengs or one of them just set up for that. Make sure it's charged when I travel and stuff like that. Keep 5.2 in there, of course, but make sure that it's always programmed with all of them throughout the United States. So whenever I'm in an area, I can just figure out what one's closest, which one I can hear. And that I did find out. But going back to the drawing board with that, and it's the same thing with the computer. WinLink, going directly off the WinLink hive for any Microsoft run thing is something I gotta figure out also. So, I've done WinLink before, it's not a big deal, but when you put into that HF or packet WinLink, it does some pretty goofy stuff. Um, I didn't know where the radio was, I couldn't remember what comms channel it was on or COM port and all that stuff, so I have to figure that out myself. Um, it's, I think, a different port. I think it's on COM4 and I had it set up on COM5, which, to each their own. Okay, I might have screwed that up. That's my big deal. That's my fault. Um, so we'll see what happens. But nope, I got home yesterday and the kids were already here. I didn't expect them to be, but they wanted to see their dad. So, hey, you know what? They're going to see their dad. I'm going to try to go out tomorrow to do a Parks on the Air activation. And I'm going to take not the what do you call it? I'm not going to take the Surface with me. I'm going to take my regular laptop. Um, I want to see how PetWinLink works off the 706 and stuff like that when I'm actually mobile, because that's where I got the PetWinLink set up, and I have the 706 already jerry-rigged up into that computer so I can do a bunch of different stuff. Another thing that I'm going to be looking forward to and doing here shortly is making a 2 meter, 70 centimeter, like either J-pole or jungle antenna. I don't think it will be a problem. I just have to go pick up a few parts and then I will do that. I want to be able to collapse them down pretty good, so it'll be one of those things that I'll have paracord. I'll probably pick up another throw bag for that so I can get it up and see how it works. Making sure that I have also BNC connectors for said radios. Um, right now I haven't picked the radio that I'm going to use currently yet for that, but I'm looking for an analog radio that's a little bit better than the Baofeng for that. Um, because like I said, I want to be able to also send wind links and stuff like that. But I also want to be able to have APRS availability to me. So I mean, then I'm gonna have to go digital. So it's a whole mess of trying to figure out which way, what, who, what, where, when, how, and why I want to go, and we'll see what happens, so to speak. But other than that, it was a great week. Now just home, got food in the house finally again, and we'll get going on some other stuff. Unfortunately, I will not be at or not Dayton, Huntsville. But I was able to go down and visit with the Grouch, N10G. It was good to see him again and learn some stuff from him. Something that I've been meaning to try, and he says, "Just do it, Chris." And I said, "Okay, I will." I'm not going to argue with him on that part. I will try it, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm really liking that 56-1. I like it on 20 meters, but I also really like it on 40 meters. It works really, really well on 40 meters. Um, Probably with my G90, I probably could get it on 80, but I'm not going to try that. I really not. I'll make sure I got enough wire on there so it's pretty much resident on 80 meters before I do that. Um, and there's great people out there making great stuff, and sometimes they're a real small shop, like Matt at Reliance Antenna. Great guy. Don't get me wrong. His prices may be a little bit higher, but you know what? It's worth it because it's coming from a single individual. I'm going to be looking at different handheld antennas. I love my signal stick, but sometimes you just have to go with a little bit different way. So I might look at the Zombie or ZMBY 2, and we'll see what happens. But other than that, I'm going to say 73 for now from KD9YSW. That was a really long update, and I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend.